Well. Welcome to the Architects of Fate streaming extravaganza. That's right. You found the self-proclaimed original Twitch TTRPG stream that lets you shake up our world. Now pay attention because this is how it works. If you'd like to add some loops to this roller coaster ride of a show, you're gonna need fate chips. Now these magical loyalty points can be earned just by watching, following, hosting, subscribing, or just engaging with us in the chat. It's like free money, Pete. With your fate chips, you can use your powers as an architect to heal your favorite players, summon items that will make their adventure a lot easier, or a lot harder. You can even make players say or sing outrageously silly things. Think of those possibilities. But wait. There is more. You can also toss our unsuspecting heroes into random encounters that will leave them sweating, strategizing, and questioning their life choices. All it takes is a quick redeem command in the chat. You choose the item or action and the player you want to mess with, and we'll take it from there. So sit back, relax, and prepare yourselves for a mind-blowing spectacle of storytelling and mayhem. We've got adventure, we've got drama, and more surprises than a clown car at a kid's birthday party. So let's go!
Welcome all you Architects of Fate. As I double check that I have audio. I have audio. We are golden. Once more, welcome all of you Architects of Fate. It's so good to have you back after such a long hiatus that we've had here. I apologize for that. You know, life hits, and then the holidays hit, and then more life hits, and computers blow up, people get COVID. It's just the works. Anyways, so we are here tonight, about to enjoy another session of Conan, Adventures in an Age Undreamed of by Modifius Entertainment. We are here for your pleasure, so please interact with us, chat, show random things, throw some items at us, throw some encounters at us. You heard the spiel that Felix gave us. We're going to have a great time together. Before we do that, though, I would love to introduce my players and my moderator. So first off is my moderator, Nat, the man behind the scenes, the genius, and the one keeping us all running. After that, my players will start on at least on my screen from the top left. We have Thornicius, the Boxonian archer and ranger and imbiber of snakes, having snakes up in his action armory thingies. Following that, we have Xenia, the mercenary queen, and currently still having a snake attached to her Achilles tendon and holes and bleeding everywhere. It's not great for anybody.
Yeah, minor detail.
Details, schmeetails. After that, we have Abertak, the zealous witch hunter, who has so far escaped relatively unscathed from the snakes and smashed more than a few, and missed a couple of times as well. They aren't even witches. It's only half as much fun. They are sorceress, sort of. They are corrupted dark snakes. Yep. And then we have Zhang, the emissary of far-off Kitai, rolling around being surprisingly vicious with his claws and his torches and his cat of nine tails, even if he did sword blade of nine tails himself one time, but it's all good. And then we have Verai, our dark assassin and general stabbity badness. Last but not least, I'm your host. My name is Chance. I'll be playing the part of Crom, the god who cares not for your worries and the game master. And without further ado, let's set the stage for where we are. So, after falling into a cave, and then finding out that it's a cursed cave when everybody started critically failing over and over and over and over again, critically failing, cutting their own arms up, trying to chop down trees, seeing horsemen coming after them, and then the ones that didn't fall into the cave jumped into the cave in order to hide. And then they go through this labyrinth of a cave, and they keep finding all of these snakes and fighting all of these snakes. And then they get to a room that tried to go all Indiana Jones on them and tried to crush them, but they made it through that trap. And then onto another floor of another labyrinthine, Byzantine, just maze that if they had just gone straight twice would have made it to the end. But they didn't. They went all the way around to this side, and then all the way around to this side, and then all the way around to this side. Then they finally came up here and then went over there, all while fighting snakes after bigger snakes, and then more snakes, and everybody snakes. Here a snake, there a snake, everywhere a snake. But finally, they're like, you know what? We're going to scout ahead a little bit. We're going to have somebody run ahead and tell us if there's snakes, and then they can tell us, and then we can avoid the snakes. So their scout goes on ahead and didn't come back. So they decide to try to find the scout. What happened to the scout? Well, the scout had a bit of a mental takeover, if you will, because eventually they found their scout down at the far end of a long winding path through another one of those Indiana Jones style crush you rooms that had already been broken and the doors were off the hinges, and they went down into this primordial cave, little bits of lava floating through it here and there, the temperature changing immediately, sulfur in the air, eyes watering, and they go down into this cave ever deeper and deeper and find their friend the scout standing there, staring blankly at a small river of lava a couple of feet across. And that was where we paused. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Right at Veri, you feel somebody tap your shoulder and wake up as if from a hazy dream where all you could think of is being so far underground and sleeping, but almost like you were aware of being asleep, but it was a dream that you were dreaming of being asleep.
Who's touching me? Who am I stabbing?
I don't know who touched him.
It's the end of my bow.
You got tapped by the sticks. Hey, Ninja Boy.
Okay. Where are we?
You come to, so to speak, in a small chamber, completely unlike anywhere that you have been recently. You've been in worked caves that look like somebody was building tunnels and building housing and stuff in there is where you were going through all of these. And now you find yourself in like a Star Trek, the original series, Ape Man cave. Like primordial styrofoam rocks on the wall, bits of lava leaking down here and there. In front of you is a slow-moving stream of lava going across, and you know you were supposed to be on the other side of that, but for some reason you're not on the other side of that stream of lava. However, on the other side of that stream of lava is a statue. A very... What's that? You don't know that she does. A dream of a need to cross. She didn't know she got anywhere. She just woke up and she's here.
Don't follow the light. Don't cross over.
On the other side of this lava stream, however, is a statue of a man wearing armor that those of you that paid close attention to the 9 dead bodies in that first chamber matches the type of armor and gear they were wearing. Very ornate, very intricate, very ancient Atlantean styled attire.
That's our type.
That's what.
That's our type.
That's our type.
So since all of this is new to me, and I'm still getting my bearings, Mr. Bostonian Archer, I will pay you 1 gold coin if you can put an arrow between the eyes of that statue.
Okay. Sure.
I like defiling statues. I just it looks evil. Those fittings look familiar.
I mean, it's not serpentine. It was actually the statue, a statue that seems to be made of the. Just testing alerts. A statue that seems to be made of the escaped slaves that came here trying to hide something that was depicted in the murals. Truth.
It's watching a river of lava hundreds of feet underground, and it's not in that river of lava. And we've fought nothing but bad snake things to get down here. You think it's good?
There are no snake things in sight.
Yeah, they don't have to be here.
Yeah, because it's not your butt in the fire, it's mine. Yeah, okay, Sheriff. What the heck?
You're
Yeah.
What
still.
if it shoots laser beams out of its eyeballs?
That's only when you cross paths with it.
The laser beam snake lava trick. Hey, Ninja Boy, who do you want to give the XP bonus to? Just let us know in the chat, and somebody's going to get a reward. Or you can say random, and I'll just roll the dice. You let me know, sir, or ma'am, or otherwise. But yeah.
All right, so I'll draw my bow
Okay.
and take aim and
All right, roll me a discipline
Yeah,
check,
sure.
please.
roll me a discipline.
Yep, discipline, please.
I'm the world's most capable typer. You see, I don't even move, and it types itself.
What is that? 1 success on discipline?
That's one success.
I gotta
Yeah.
figure out which screen. I've got 2 computers and 3 screens, and I don't know where I'm at. Okay. Thornicius. Skills. 11 and 1. Yep, so that is a 1 success random. All right. Well then, let's get on to roll 20 and / roll 1d5. Not 1d6. Hey, the GM gets experience. 1d5. All right, Thornicius, the man that just launched an
Thank
arrow.
you.
So, as you pull an arrow, you feel a sense of enlightenment, like you've learned something by drawing an arrow, as your brain almost challenges what you're doing with a need instead to find me, free me. Find me, free me.
Okay, so as I've got the arrow knocked to my chin, I'm going, find me, free me. Find me, free me.
Yeah, because you needed 2 successes to fully like
Release me, shoot me. Release me. This is your arrow. Release me, shoot me.
find me, free me.
Release me, shoot me.
I turn slowly to look at Verai, like, what?
This is your arrow speaking.
This is your arrow speaking.
Do you loose an arrow?
No, because I am cautiously. No, I'm very cautious about these magical things If I hear voices in my head, I definitely don't want to do whatever it's telling me to do, but I don't want to cause it to anger either. So I'll just, yeah, that's not a good idea. And I just release the tension. Like, guys, I'm hearing things in my head. Is anybody else hearing things in their head?
Several of you have indeed heard "Find Me, Free Me" over the past day that you've been down in this cursed cave. Are you taking a look at your teddy bear?
No, I was just calling him a lightweight for backing out on releasing his arrow.
Okay.
So, at least it should be said, I've heard that same voice in my head. I hear you mumbling, find me, free me, before you release your arrow. That's something that brings from my dream as well. And over the last, how many hours we've been down here, it's something nagging at the back of my head as well.
You have no idea how long you've been down here, honestly. It kind of feels like you've been down here for months.
Haven't we?
Great. So we were just killing the same snakes over and over again, or the offspring of the snakes. They were procreating faster than we could kill them all.
They're the bunny snake. Deadly.
A bunny with his sharp, deadly pointed teeth.
Yes.
Pointed ears.
So, oh man. All right. Give me just a second because I need a logical reason to do this, but I got you.
So I've got an urge to get I sense I need to get across this lava. Can we look around and see if there's a way across this river of lava? You said it's not too far, but
yeah, it's like 4 feet across. You couldn't just walk across it, but with an acrobatics check, you could probably jump across it.
Yeah, because I want to slip and fall into a river of lava.
It is
It's to be an instant
for a
faith, that's all.
reason.
Okay. Do I need observation or anything to like notice like clear landing on the other side or anything?
No. I mean, it is not a smooth floor in here. Here is almost primordial, like the lava has baked away into the floors. But there is space on the other side, kind of right near that statue that you could jump across.
Okay. Tell me a little about the statue. It's standing upright, right?
Standing upright, about 6 foot tall, maybe 6 and a couple inches. Human being, from what you recognize from the drawings earlier and the skeletons that you were later told. It's the same armor, the same type of weapons from those skeletons you saw earlier. Actually, you're pretty certain that this is a statue of the last remaining Atlantean, of the one Atlantean that got away, that was drawing all of the cave murals and said they were going deeper into the caves. Although it is a very detailed statue for somebody to be made who's escaping from serpents hot on their heels.
Right. So I guess what I'm getting at is, if I'm gonna have to run across here, so sorry, you guys continue talking.
Just something make statue. You're good.
Cool. So Doomslayer's got a hook on the end of that sword. Am I right?
I mean, it's not so much of a hook as there is a little like outward lip there.
On each side? Yeah, well, that's enough for me to like, if I'm going to spend a point of fortune to do an elegant dive, flip, reach, and swing, just to like latch the lip of the end of the sword around the back of that statue so that I don't fall backwards.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'm going to aim for the patch of land next to the statue. I'm not trying to slice it in half, but I am just trying to at least swing the sword. Yes, trying to make sure that I've got a latch in there that I'm not going to fall backwards, just in case.
Yeah, I can dig that. I can dig that.
To make this happen.
Sure.
You don't want an instant spa day?
Before you do that, though, I need you to roll me a discipline check.
The
2
obsidian fish.
difficulties.
2 difficulties. Discipline.
Facial.
Slash.
The obsidian fish. Coming up next week, have our happy hour specials here at the Obsidian Fish. We have the magma crock pot of rum. We have 15 and 3.
Be sure to try the flaming poo-poo
Your
platter.
acrobatics is a 12 and a 1. That was
That
not
was a
your
discipline check.
discipline.
That was a discipline check.
That is 1 success out of 2 successes needed to get in here.
Wait, pause. You said I needed a discipline check.
Yes, your discipline's 9 and 2.
Right, but what's the? I haven't
You're
rolled
right.
the acrobatics.
I thought it was a 15 and a 3, not a 15 and 13.
No.
So yeah, you take a couple steps back and prep yourself and make the decision you're going to do it. You're getting ready to jump across this lava, this lake, and as you do it, you almost like slip. You swear you're trying to tell yourself to start running, but to everybody else, it just looks like he's hesitating and scared, or she's hesitating. I'm ready. Okay, I'm gonna jump. I'm jumping. And she's not going.
Well, folks, my legs appear to be a little too rubbery still. Does anybody else want to pirouette across this river of lava?
But you do really. You need to get past this.
Allow me. Grab by the back
statue.
and toss.
You need to get past this lava. You need to get past the statue. You need to find free whatever
exactly.
me is.
Sure. And you could actually.
I mean, that would give her 1 success, yeah.
I think that she can also do something along that lines, doesn't she?
I guess if you could, a council roll would probably work.
I'm just a thick-headed brute. You're the one with all the skills. No. You actually did good. Yeah, you got a critical success.
What did you roll? What did you roll for?
17 council.
Okay, you were doing a council also? Okay.
It was 17 and 1.
Yeah, it's 1 success of council, but there's just, I don't know, you kind of feel distracted, like you're saying, why aren't you jumping? What, like, are you scared to jump across? It's only a few feet. I mean, come on.
So wait, I can't shoot it. You can't tell her to jump. She can't jump. This guy can't lead her to jump. What's going on here?
You try to jump.
What's this all about?
Let's see. Your council, 15 and 2. Okay. Yeah. So, and you're counseling Veri to give her bravery to jump, right? Okay. Veri, the emissary begins to counsel you. You need, it's okay. Everybody feels a little fear. Everybody feels a little trepidation. You've got this. You're talented. You know how to jump. You really need to get across and find free it. Whatever that is must be found, must be freed.
Found it. Right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
It's
We
insane.
found it. Can't quite free it, but we found it.
You get a flash of vision behind you. Nothing in it, but just a flash of vision behind you, Veri, from your teddy bear.
Teddy trying to talk to you.
Oh, the creepy bear again.
But you can go ahead and make your acrobatics roll. He did counsel you enough. As he's counseling you to find me, free me.
Okay, acrobatics roll with my lovely swing hook and fortune. Oops. Oh, before I do this, observation. Before I hit enter, abilities.
5 and 14. And your acrobatics is 12. So that's 1 success there, plus your fortune, which gives you a 1, bringing you to a grand total of 3 successes getting across.
I can also re-roll one of my acrobatics.
Oh! Well, if you want to risk complication, that is, go for it.
Shush!
Bring me the cursed cave. Come on, baby.
It's already been cursed enough to this point.
It's another 15.
Not a crit failure. Oh, well. Yeah, the rest of the party, you guys watch Verai psych herself up again, get surprisingly really focused on getting across for just a moment. Leaps across, starts to lose her footing a little bit, but is able to tweak her sword kind of like between the legs of the statue and pull herself forward, and she made it all the way across the lava without falling into the lava. Hey Bob, though, hey Verai, your teddy bear is sitting on top of the statue. Okay.
No mute.
You're muted.
Well, how did you get up there, Teddy? Oh, you think he's going to respond? It's a teddy bear. Come on.
Glowing eyes.
I love you so much. Oh, I love you too, Teddy.
Kill it.
But you're in timeout.
Okay, get off of the ancient demon thingy. Come on.
You guys start to feel a shaking, a rumbling in the ground.
I think we need to leave.
The statue turns its head towards you, Verai.
I
Okay, now
immediately
get
look
your
at Dornitius. I told you you should have put an arrow in between his eyes.
Gets an arrow.
A voice emanates from your teddy bear.
Uh-oh.
In a language that you don't understand.
Well,
Does anybody understand it?
No, nobody has Atlantean.
well, Teddy,
Okay.
you've not made that sound before. You can sleep in the river of lava tonight.
You tried that before, it didn't work.
Yeah.
It just made it come back blacker, darker.
More fun.
No longer Teddy the Gray, it's Teddy the Black.
The voice changes. A different voice. Well, a different language, same voice, but a different language emanates. One that you do recognize, on Aquilonian. A strange accent, but in Aquilonian. Saying, stop. Yield. Stop. You must not allow them to retrieve it.
Okay, I understood that. You're redeemed, Teddy. You're not going into the lava. So who else understood him?
Everybody heard it?
Yeah, but
Oh.
Everybody understands Aquilonian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, making
That's
sure.
the common language that you guys speak.
Fine, I'm just making sure. All right. So
You must stop them. It is not the loot drop. The teddy bear is a cursed teddy bear that he's had for a while. But I'll get the loot drop here momentarily, my friend. You must not allow them to take it. For 13 millennia, I have guarded them from crossing this river. Sorry, not
So
for 1,300 years. For 13 centuries, I have guarded them and stopped them from crossing this river. You must not let them take it.
So it's find me, free me, do not let him go. Find me, free me, do not let him go.
take what?
Let him go!
Will not let him go. No.
Take what? Is this a two-way communicator, or is it just automated voice recording?
The artifact of power that we took from the sorcerer.
Oh.
What sorcerer?
Full Shadan.
Who?
I'm looking at our lore experts over there.
Yeah. No, I thought we were supposed to retrieve it. Oh.
Yeah, but that wasn't even anywhere near here. That was in a mountain pass off to the east a ways. You can't destroy a piece of a god.
What happens if you put an indestructible piece of a god at the bottom of a river of lava?
Then somebody will eventually dig out a river of rock and find it. The rumbling grows worse. You feel the ground actually trembling. Some dust and pebbles begin to fall from the walls.
I'm looking for exits. Any other exits?
You can go
I'm
past
looking
the
for
statue.
falling stalagmites and stalactites.
You can go past the statue. There is a passage beyond it.
Okay.
Can we see the roof of this cavern? Are there stalactites?
It's not a huge cavern. It is not a huge cavern, but there are no stalactites. It's basically all just a lava flow cavern. Not huge, but it's a lava flow cavern, relatively roundish.
Right.
Lava can be dug. They have to get behind me first. I hate you.
I take 3 steps forward and I'm behind it. This ain't exactly the Mississippi, guys.
The rest of the party, would somebody roll me an observation check from the rest of the party?
You can do that.
I can have you do that.
What is that? A 16 and a 9 for your observation. And you have an observation of a 14, so that's 1 success.
Mhm.
The ground is rumbling. You know, where water and lava meet, they kind of make a hissing sound. And I mean, you don't see any water and lava meeting, but you definitely hear the hiss and steam of water and lava meeting. You don't remember hearing it a minute ago, but it must be that the shaking and trembling has knocked some water loose or something into some lava somewhere.
Uh-oh.
And making a steamy hiss.
Didn't we leave a faucet on in a previous room?
We left a lot of things that hissed in the previous room.
We also left a room that was filling slowly with water, didn't we?
Something like that. There was a
Before
lot
we
of
got
rain coming out.
before we got to the
Yeah.
The
The
last
rainwater
dungeon.
with tentacles and sushi and yeah, I remember that.
Hmm.
Ew.
So are
Still
we
on my
under a
tooth.
body of water? We didn't see anywhere
Either
we
that,
were.
either that or something else that hisses.
A lock.
Can I put my foot over the lava so the snake that's on my Achilles tendon falls off?
You've gotten rid of the snake at this point, but you do have the injury from it. You still have the 1 point of injury, which makes all of your physical skills one more difficult. Yeah, we already did the first aid, so you've stabilized it, but healing is difficult. Healing actually takes time. You have stabilized it and allowed her to function, but actual healing is difficult and takes time. So, Bob, as you're looking back at the party, you see a bit of moving in the passageway behind them, which you can only assume you all came from. Just something on the ground, writhing.
Sorry. I read what was in the chat.
Happy make an octopus laugh with tentacles.
Dad joke of the year. It's early though.
Starting a high bar for this year.
Yeah.
Hey guys and gals, ladies, germs. That doesn't look like water.
But it hisses.
I assume you look behind you. Some words.
I don't even bother. I throw my bow behind my head and draw backwards.
So the archer decides to show off his flexing physique. Hey guys, check out my pecs.
Twang.
Sweet pecs, bro. Nobody's caring at all. Nobody's doing a thing.
Yes, definitely looking behind me.
Nobody's doing a thing but showing off their pecs.
I
No,
want to
I'm just
check.
gonna look. I'm just
I want to
kidding.
double check behind me.
You do see a passage behind the statue.
Right, it's the passage, sure, but if there's slithering and squiggling coming from behind them, I want to make sure that the same's not coming from behind me.
Observation check.
Yeah. Oh. Why'd you give him that idea?
Can I reroll an observation?
16 and 11. You've got.
I can reroll an observation. Hang on.
All right.
Oh, so can I.
It's too late now.
Yeah, no.
That is two successes. As you look down the passage behind you, you see nothing slithering or moving. Now, I mean, it's pitch black back there, but you see no slithering or moving.
Okay, immediate threat is immediate threat. Behind them. Behind you! Behind you!
No, they're behind you. Coming down the passage the party just came from, and on the same side of the lava that the party is on.
If anything, you want to get on the other side of the lava. Yes.
Can I also use my sharp senses?
Well, you do indeed see writhing snakes.
Snakes.
And, oh yeah. A few snakes, a lot of snakes, some of the larger snakes, and walking right through the middle of the mall, a silver-plated mercenary queen, pair of swords on her shoulders,
Girlfriend, what's up?
on her hips, a goatee across her face.
Oh boy.
Walking right among the middle of this army of serpentines and hissers, moving.
Isn't this the one that
slowly.
looks like?
This is your evil doppelganger.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull my bow and take a shot at the mustache, the goatee. I'm aiming for the goatee.
Oh.
There
Cut her
is,
hair off, she'll lose her strength, maybe?
just so the party knows, when I say a small army, I don't mean that there's 6 or 8 or 12. I mean that there is easily 70 of them or more.
So she's controlling them.
With more coming up behind them.
It's time for us to get on the other side of that lava like Stat.
I'll cover you from this side.
Yeah, you do that.
But they don't seem to be charging you. She's walking at a stately pace and stops
That
moving.
doesn't mean that-
And stops moving some distance from you.
Do the snakes stop moving
And
some
they
distance?
stop moving too, and they stop coming closer to you.
Okay.
She says, I can give you an exit back to the world. I can take you back to wherever you wish to be. All you've got to do is topple that statue. And I guarantee your safety. You will be unharmed. And I will take you back to the surface nearby.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, but I think since she's like me, since I'm charismatic and nice and I think she might be telling the truth.
God. I don't trust her. Don't trust her. I think you're making a mistake.
I think we can topple the statue.
Right.
What,
I could do my chakra.
I let loose an arrow. I'm one of 2 successes.
Okay. You release an arrow, and let's see.
I'm not waiting for this broad to tell us her life story.
A snake jumps up and slaps it out of the air. She doesn't move a muscle. A snake takes it out.
Well, at least she's got that going for her. And now we know.
I ask her, how does she want us to topple the statue and why?
I don't care how you do it. Use a rope, use a hammer, use a rock. Just tilt it from below, she says.
I can't.
If he's there, he can get it first.
I can't push it over. Teddy's still on top of it, and he won't come down.
Teddy
He's
will
speaking
fall
in
down.
tongues.
Picking his language, apparently. I don't know.
I tried to help you earlier and you ran me off, and yet you still came. You're still following it. You're still trying to listen to its call. You hear it too. I know you hear it. I can see it in your eyes that you can hear it calling to you. All I'm asking is that you listen. You can't destroy a god.
So, are you a god?
No.
Then die.
Die. She says, I can wait for you to make a decision. I am in no hurry. If that is what it must.
Before you kill us, I've got one quick question. Why don't you knock it down?
Unfortunately, for me, I can't. But you can.
Your silver pantaloons are too heavy, you can't make it across the fire?
Something like that.
It's that mustache wax. It got on the bottom of her feet. Slippery.
Whoa!
Very steady. Yeah.
She looks at you, Xenia, and says, you know I speak truth. You know I mean what I say.
Yeah, they won't listen. Well, she didn't ask for the artifact.
Y'all remember Velitrium, right? The first adventure we went on? That place is leveled because of things exactly like that. Don't get me wrong, she's banging, all except for that weird needs to wax mustache situation she's got going on. But places that we've gone to and people that we've helped are gone because of things exactly like her getting what they want.
But you, Vera, is standing right underneath the statue. So you get it first.
Short legs can't push.
Do we
No.
even want it though? That's the thing. If it's been down here for generations after generations, do we want this thing?
We want it out.
Well, we want out.
The rumbling
can
gets
probably
worse,
get
making it almost difficult to stand on your feet. However, Teddy's not having any problem staying on top of the statue.
Teddy, can you all right. Y'all talk to her. Can I go? It's not going to cross this passageway. Can I go down the passageway?
Do you wish to go down the passageway alone?
No. Nobody's crossed the river of lava yet. What do I do? Help!
The voice from Teddy speaks once again. You must not let them have it. It would be doom for the world.
Well, Teddy, point us in a direction we can get out alive and leave that in its own cradle of abandonment. I don't know. They can't cross the lava, apparently.
Roll acrobatics. You don't have to. If a fortune would have you succeed, you don't have to. With 1 point of focus in acrobatics, that would give you 2 successes. So you don't have to roll with 2 successes, but you do need to make a discipline check.
That's what worries me. I don't know if I can get across with a discipline check. I was feeling those.
With a singular success, you... Okay. Okay, with 2 successes, you do actually hear the voice of the Find Me, Free Me, which you have had it hinting in the back of your head. But now with maybe some identification of danger, a little bit of adrenaline, you are able to ignore it completely and stay rational. Would you like to describe just how you cross that river of lava? Aftertech turns around. Screw you guys, I'm going that way. Leaps across
Into the loving arms of Arai's tentacles.
and lands in the loving arms of Vera's tentacles. There are now 3 of you, well, 5 of you if you count your 2 follow-alongs, on the side of the lava, and a lot of snakes and snake-like things. Okay. Facing the statue or facing the snakes? Okay. Sure. Screw you guys, I'm going. At that point, the mirror universe, Tunia, moves a few steps closer. The snakes move a few feet closer.
Crap. Okay, we're all going.
And she says, I offer you this chance now. If you do not take it, none of you leave here alive.
Has anybody seen the snake jump lava?
Not yet.
No, I think you can only spend one fortune at a time.
Aw.
As the rest of the party starts looking nervously at the lava and starts looking nervously at the snakes, and then looking at each other, and then looking back at the lava, as their eyes on the other side like, y'all should come over here, and Abratak's like, bring it, bitches.
I already shot an arrow. I did everything I could do. I already jumped. I can't carry you. Come on.
I turn around and go.
Yeah, I'll stand behind everybody. I'll be the last one over.
Okay.
Make sure everybody else gets over safe.
Xenia,
Don't
please
burn
roll
us.
me a discipline check.
I was afraid you're gonna say that.
We were all afraid. Ain't bad.
10 and a 5. That's probably
I can't.
good, because I think you have good discipline. Oh, you have an 11 and a 2, yeah, so that's 2 successes. You feel the voice, but you also feel the urgency of GTFOing.
Yes.
And at this point, Xenia's like, hey, Tunya, deuces! Turns around, takes 3 steps, and makes a flying leap across, all while yelling, lands
Once
beautifully,
everybody else gets
gracefully. Oh, wait, no, you still got to roll your acrobatics check. Never mind. She goes, and jumps.
and lands. Sticks it.
Yeah, good enough. 1 point. Yeah, that's all you needed, I think. 12 and 15. Oh, your acrobatics is only a 10. That is unfortunately.
There I.
Can you roll one of those?
So
Can you
do you ever
re-roll one
watch
of
those Roadrunner cartoons where the
Yeah.
coyote like starts to jump off something or like running and then realizes there's no ground?
Do you have sharp senses?
Yes.
Reroll one of those D20s.
Aha.
Oh wait, no, sorry, that's observation. My bad.
Yeah. She has no acrobatics.
I meant
Oh,
agile. Do you have
abilities.
agile?
She has no acrobatics abilities.
No.
Damn, that's what. That's
Um,
agile. Can I catch her?
You know, yeah, I could say one of you on the. I would say somebody could use a point of fortune and another acrobatics check to prevent her from landing in this river of lava.
Okay, I will burn a point of fortune and do an acrobatics check because I can reroll in case there's a potential failure.
Roll it.
Roll that beautiful footage and catch me.
Please.
Hang on.
I'm in midair here.
So am I. Hang on.
You're about to get a rock over that hurt
I am
ankle.
definitely getting this spa treatment up here.
God, son of a. She's. It's not a critical failure.
So, as she's jumping across
A
the
point of
lava,
fortune.
you
Me
realize
time.
that she's not going to make it. She started jumping like 3 steps earlier than she should have. And she
Okay,
started
so all
doing
of
her
you-
trilling at like step 2.
Mhm.
And she's jumping. Well, she could make it, but she's not going to make it because the trembling has now shook loose some rock from the ceiling.
Can I
Hits
get
her
some
in
stuff
mid-flight.
from Xenia? You know, get a little bit of.
She gets hit in mid-flight by this rock from the ceiling and knocked backwards, losing her momentum. However, with the point of fortune that you spent, I will say that it was a big rock, and after it hit her, she rolled a little bit and has now landed half on the rock, half in the lava, which is going to hurt, but you could escape.
I have the high ground.
See, it was an athletics or acrobatics check, which is a physical check, and your Achilles tendon is currently punctured, making it really difficult to run and jump.
I was afraid of.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of fiery damage, 2 of them lighting you on fire. But you can make one more roll, another acrobatics roll. The point of fortune, I'm letting her have another acrobatics roll right now to roll off of that rock into land.
Yeah. Woo! There we go.
As soon as the lava touches her, she goes, "Ow, hot plate! My buns are burning! My buns are burning!" And somehow squeezes her butt cheeks so firmly that she uses them to spring her up into the air. However, unfortunately, you still took 6 points of fiery damage. 6 points is more than 5 points, bringing you to your second wound, meaning you are hurt, you are bleeding, you are burnt, you are scarred.
I need a miracle.
Only a miracle could save us now.
It's the holidays.
Go catch it, drop.
Oh, you guys have an advantage now, thanks to Good Devil, though. You guys have an advantage now, thanks to Good Devil. So yeah, at 3 wounds,
You say, please.
at 3 wounds, you
Die.
are gone. I mean,
You
technically,
can't.
you've got a chance of not being dead, but at 3 wounds, you're downed. At 3 wounds, you're down. And you have 2. We're not doing well. You must take the artifact and protect it.
I thought you didn't want us to touch it at all.
I think it's too late for that now. I think it's too late for that now.
Kenny, send us clear directions here, friend.
Sure.
That's what we're all going to do now.
Using a point of fortune for that? Oh. Would the party like to spend the advantage that Good Devil just gave everybody?
Yeah, sure.
Well, in that case, you might want to roll an extra dice. Actually, should advantage be 1 momentum or 1? I kind of think buying an advantage should just be 1 point of momentum, so 1 extra dice would be advantage. Yeah.
Is there a higher level of advantage?
I don't think so.
And Good Devil also
God mode.
regains the light field from
Hey! The good thing about dropping into the lava is it cauterized your Achilles tendon wound. You are now running 1 wound instead of 2. Your
And you're
Achilles
running
tendon
around the world.
burned so much it stopped being poisoned.
She's got a magma boot.
That's right.
Ow.
Don't
So yeah,
let
let's
me in here.
we'll roll another.
He did, right?
What's your acrobatics? You got 1 success. There was 1 success. It was 1 success is all you technically needed in order to hop across this. I forgot to do a discipline check, but your discipline's so high. Anyways, I'm just going to say that was my bad for forgetting to do a discipline check. You are able to take a double running jump step off the boulder floating down the lava and able to get to the other side. However, unfortunately, where the lava is exiting this little portion of cavern, that boulder is now starting to block, and the lava is beginning to raise.
Jump across.
At this point, Tunia points forward, and the writhing horde of snakes and snaky-like things begins to move at you quickly.
Jump so we can get.
Yeah, so I turn and I use my bow to pole vault over the lava.
Are you using a point of fortune?
I shall do so. Yes.
Roll a discipline check.
Yeah, I don't know how good I am.
13 and 9, and you have a discipline of 11. All right, you're good enough on the discipline check. Sort of, you're half and half. You didn't fail.
Ooh, critical success.
And that is your acrobatics check, right? To get across?
Yeah.
Not only do you make it to the other side, you make it to the other side with panache. Like, he doesn't just use it as a pole vault. He puts it down, puts himself into the bow itself, and like uses one foot in the bow string, and then launches himself with the bow string, pulling the bow behind him to get to the other side.
Show off.
Da-da-da-da! And I don't, and the other two, because they're basically just silent followers for this portion of the storyline, I don't really want to roll for them. They're silent followers, they make it across too.
All of us are across now.
All of you are now across. The statue that had its blade down and has only moved its head to look at you, Verai, looks back at the tunnel across and turns the blade and takes a ready stance. Slowly, but definitively turns the blade and takes a ready stance. As the lava starts getting higher because the boulder has blocked the exit of the lava river.
Shit. You got any exploding powder? Anybody? Explosions? Something to blow that rock up?
I have 2 smoke bombs, that's it.
The sleeping serpent men have been awoken. You must retrieve and protect the artifact. The floor is lava.
Teddy,
Okay.
are you coming with, or are you staying on his shoulder?
Right, just grabbing Teddy?
I wanted to. Teddy was talking to me. I wanted to see what he wanted.
It doesn't respond.
Zap!
Yeah, it was talking through Teddy. You grab Teddy. Right underneath Teddy, however, is a pendant. A very ancient-looking pendant. This is the loot. This is the loot drop. Teddy was sitting on some sort of pendant. You don't.
I think that's the artifact.
It looks like there's a kind of a medallion with a mountain on it.
The Lonely Mountain. Aw.
I'm going to do something kind of weird. I'm going to trade you amulets. And I drop a little bit of blood, cut my finger, drop a little blood on my pendant, and hang it over the statue's neck.
That's kind of funny. It kind of interesting. I kind of love that. The statue is not a living thing.
That's all right. I tried.
But okay, I like that. Thank you, whoever gave that. Okay. As the horde of snakes moves towards this growing lava, Kind of your options are at this point to fight a growing horde of snakes from across a lava river, or retreat.
I'm too afraid to win.
We're advancing into that tunnel.
Advancing to the rear.
Advancing to the rear. Post haste. Stat.
Well,
Toot
let's
sweet.
figure out what this pendant does.
It's the artifact. Run, 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 run.
All right. You move down that tunnel. The trembling earthquakes grow so severe that as you're running, you're like bouncing, almost like trying to keep balance, kind of like in the Star Trek shows when they're in the things and the camera's shaking to show how dangerous
Make
it
sure
is.
the
They're
pendant stays in your boob so it don't fall out.
"Ooh."
Then a safe place.
She's holding on to her chest plate just to make certain. Oh! It's scorched. It's got black burn marks all over it. She's completely hairless on like the left third of her body.
Hey, I was going for the spa look, okay?
The smell of
That's
sulfur
really does
is
here.
steep in the air,
Looking
and
like a
I need a
Oregon
discipline
golf.
check from everybody. The only requirement is that you don't get a critical failure. The only requirement is that you don't get a critical failure. That's need 2 more.
We're good. We're good.
We did our two.
Oh, was that the 1673?
309.
Yeah. Statues, serpents, and the lava. The party stumbles down this collapsing cave. As you hear a sound of mighty clashing and hissing and splashing sounds coming from behind you.
Told you, white snakes can't jump.
As the last Atlantean goes to battle. He is the last Atlantean.
That's our par for the course. Keep going.
As you go stumble down this collapsing tunnel, you move some distance to and then find an opening to a perfectly spherical room with or let me rephrase that, not perfectly spherical. At first glance, seems to be perfectly spherical room with a bridge leading to a small platform in the middle of it. Maybe this room itself is maybe 150 feet across. It's a big room. And a small, narrow bridge leading to a platform in the middle. As you enter this, I'm assuming you are continuing to enter this as the ground is shaking around you, you realize that this room isn't perfectly spherical, that the walls are actually almost like they are tunneled and serpentine voids around it in a multi-shapular fashion. So the edges, the outer ring, the outer circle itself, the outer sphere is not smooth. It has rivets and channels going through it in a serpentine fashion.
Tell me more about this bridge you want us to walk over.
In front of you, and in the only direction that you have to go available to you, unless you want to try to go backwards, is a bridge leading to a small floating platform in the middle of this room. On this floating platform is a medium-sized object, on a small pedestal about waist high. The object itself is maybe this big. You can't really see what it is at this distance and in this light, but there is a platform and there is an object on said platform.
I get in my hovering wheelchair and I slide out to the middle. And I put on the helmet and I start searching for people.
Yeah.
Hovering platform sounds like our lore expert and witch hunter.
Yeah.
There's
Maybe this evil thing will show us the way out.
I'm gonna put on this medallion because I take chances.
Yes, you do.
you put the medallion on. No, you don't feel any different.
Oh damn. Okay, I tried. That's all I had.
Beautiful. So beautiful.
Lava begins to start leaking out of new cracks and holes in the walls behind you. Okay. I need either an athletics or an acrobatics. I'll let you pick which one in this case to keep your balance as you attempt to cross this bridge.
As it's shaking, I guess. And I'm going to use my observation. Go ahead and roll for me.
All right. You step out onto the bridge as the ground is trying to almost buck you off of your feet, and you step out onto that bridge, and maybe there's a little bit of sway, but the bridge is just gently swaying just a little bit. But the change is what disoriented you so much to require kind of a stability check as you get out onto that bridge. And you move forward towards the middle. Okay. The rest of you, lava's starting to pour out of these walls. Like it's standing still might not be a great idea.
Right, so I'm going to start looking around for alternate
This is
exits.
spray stuff that you put.
Yeah.
The
You spray
shadows,
foam,
No, that is
seal stuff.
the magic sealer stuff.
the shadows in this spherical room are trippy and hard to tell what it is, but unless you can fly, you're pretty certain this is the only way in or out, and even if you can fly, you don't see anything.
So maybe we should walk out with them?
I mean,
Seems like the floating platform of doom might be our best bet.
I think so.
Something might trigger at the pedestal, like in previous rooms.
the elevator of doom.
Don't knock it until you ride it.
Most elevators
here.
only go up and down.
This one might go round and round and round.
This is a Wonkavator.
Okay, let's make it across the platform then.
I do need either an acrobatics or athletics check from everybody as you are running from the lava and earthquakes and rock falls. One, two,
Let me see.
three, four. Everybody is able to make it out onto this bridge towards the platform. You take a few moments. Abertech, you've got some footage between you and them, but they pretty quickly follow you behind. You make it to right. You're still in voice distance. You make it to the platform, and you see on a small pedestal. You remember that circular, snaky artifact that had been drawn on the wall by the Atlanteans? This is almost certainly that. What it appears to be is dozens of rings together, some of them melding through each other, some of them going around each other, but it appears to be just rings like tentacles in an orb writhing around itself. Orbular tentacles. You are grabbing the artifact. I'm just confirming that is what you're doing. You are reaching for it and grabbing the artifact. So the rest of you, right as you make it onto this platform, you see Abertech basically doing and reaching for the artifact.
Hmm.
No.
As time freezes mid-frame, like it's in a Matrix movie, and you will almost see yourselves as your vision is spiraling out from your own body in different circles, surrounding in different depths. And you see each of the 5 of you, plus the 2 NPCs that are pointless at this moment in the story, superfluous to this moment in the story. You see it almost as if you're watching yourselves while going through the very rings and tentacles and shapes of this. And suddenly you are in this artifact. You're in the middle of it, looking up. The room itself was the artifact, but the artifact was tiny, and you're watching as it spins and it circles and gets quite disorienting, I might say. And then you feel chaos. You feel warp. You feel ripped from a reality, and like you're traveling and experiencing through something that is incomprehensible to you, something that is a chaos, a creation, a destruction, a churn. And as you move through that nightmarish, disorienting chaos of churn, you feel yourselves falling through clouds, falling through the heavens themselves, almost like you can see the thrones of the gods around you. You could see Crom on his mountain over there as you're falling through the heavens and through the skies. And then you see the ground coming up at you as you're falling at terminal velocity.
Oh shit.
That ground is getting really close, guys. And right as you know your lives are ended by a terminal velocity fall into the ground, you hit the ground and keep going through the ground like you aren't an actual creature of physicality, but merely a presence, a floatingness, something that only experiences movement but has no function or form yourself. And as it continued to see from different circular ringing views, and you go through the surface of the earth, you go through the mud and the dirt, and then as you get deeper into the dirt, you sense something beneath you. You see something beneath you. It's like you can see through dirt, like you could see through the very earth itself. And it's a good thing I wrote this before I got COVID. See through the very earth itself. And you see deep within the earth, miles underground even, something. An organism, a being. I hesitate to even call it a creature. Huge, massive, a mammoth, gargantuan creature. Alien. There's no way that this is from here. There's no way that it is from Earth. Some alien foreign thing here and sleeping underneath the very planet itself. Fix this clipping issue. We just put in the no clip, the no clip bug. It's fine. And you see people like ants scurrying through the mantle of the earth, digging down into the earth, and you know that if man were to reach this creature, that that life as you know it would collapse. The very reality that you hold to be true would collapse if man were to reach this creature, this God, this otherworldly, incomprehensible being. That as you touch this artifact, the tiniest sliver of its consciousness is bending your very concept of reality and time. And you know that if this artifact were to be reconnected, if this artifact is a piece of that God, it's not an artifact of it or around it. It is a literal piece of that creature buried underground, under the very mantle of the planet.
We got the devil by the balls, boys. At least one of them.
And then you open your eyes.
Nope.
And you're lying in a crater, a large crater, like a meteor had just crashed into the ground. Bits of fire and debris scattered around you in this deep crater. Each of the 7 of you are in 7 equidistant points around what appears to be an obsidian titan hand, like a statue, like 100-foot tall obsidian statue of a person, except all that you can see is from like here up on an arm, and even that piece itself is almost 30 feet tall. Just from here up on the arm is almost 30 feet tall, and it is perfectly centered in the middle of this crater, this meteoric crater that you are waking up in.
I ain't touching that thing.
You know, if that is rejoined to the creature, your very plane of reality is over. No, the artifact. The artifact is a piece of the sleeping god. Yeah. Other than this, I do believe that would be Zing.
Your line is, I hate Mondays.
You're fine. I just put it into the roll 20. And here you are in a crater. Your hand is still, you still have this thing in your hand. Okay.
In a crater with a hand and the devil's walnut.
Devil's walnut.
So I crawl up out of the crater, I guess, and look around. Where are we?
Roll me a survival check.
I think we've passed the survival stage. Now we're at the where the hell are we stage.
16 and a 6. That is 1 success of survival, unless for some reason you can re-roll survival. But I'm just going to assume you want the 1 success since you didn't declare any re-rolls.
Yeah, we'll take that. Because I don't see anything.
Yep, you're right. I don't see any either. Okay. Well, you see where you appear to be in a mountainous area. As you look to one side, you see a large cliff face going down into a deep ravine in this mountainous area. On the far side of that ravine, you see a deep, thick forest. Looking up at the sun, it is either east or west. You're not certain what time of day it is.
Okay.
Yes, shortly you'll be able to tell if that's east or west, but you're in the mountains. There are deep ravines and forestry. It appears to be mountains, the type of life that you've seen before, so you're pretty certain you're not in like some far-off realm. It still seems to be the type of mountains you would expect to see.
Hopefully, we're in the right mountains.
A little bit later, you make a little like a sundial thing to try to figure out what time it is, and you realize that yes, that foresty range is to the east, and so the mountains are. You appear to be early on, not quite the edge of the mountains, but there appears to be a very, very rugged set of mountains to your east. That you're on a mountaintop right now, looking out over a ravine and a valley of forest.
Well, gentlemen, we could be in one of several places.
You are in the mountains.
Yeah. So we're in the mountains. We're one of several places of my knowledge.
Gentlemen?
And ladies.
Thank you.
Ladies. I'm sorry, Vera.
Oh, rude.
You're so vicious. Sometimes I forget.
Don't forget about Verai. As she starts pouting.
It's okay, Vera. I'll take care of it later.
As the party looks
So
around,
we could be in one
like,
of several places. Guys, I don't know. Yeah, hey now. I might be able to get you out of here. Might being the operative word here. You have a chance.
Go ahead and leave me behind. I'll see what happens.
Just saying. Go ahead and kill me and see how far you get.
Yeah, I've got a magnet boot
I
on
say
my
we
foot.
had-
You better watch out.
Leadfoot. We're gonna take a Leadfoot here and head for the woods, I guess, because we can find more shelter.
Have you ever had a magma boot up the ass?
Right?
well,
That's what I was saying.
Sounds like something you would pay for.
your friend Xenia needs medical attention. All of you are exhausted, tired, incredibly hungover, and grappling with your own mortality and existence and what really is life right now. Are we just
WTF.
dust in the wind?
All right.
Dust in the wind.
So I'm saying go find shelter. Everybody else wants to sing Kumbaya. I got you.
Good dude, Joe.
Do we split up and find tasks like water, food, shelter, or do we all go hunt for shelter?
We should all go find shelter and water if we can on the way. And trees usually mean a water source.
So do mountain valleys.
Yeah, but
Is everybody coming?
I don't see everybody here jumping
And
off.
snow,
cliff
there's
face.
snow up there to the east. Forest to the west, snow to the east.
So what we're doing now? Are we all of agreement? We're heading for the woods.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
So how are you getting? So if you try to go directly, there's just a giant cliff face and a ravine.
Crap. I thought that was the other way.
And then in that cliff face going down into the ravine and then across is where you see the forest. Like you're up on on a part of a mountain up high, looking down over a ravine into a large forested valley.
Okay, I look the other way. Is there a chance that we can find a cave? Not one we would fall into, but one we could walk
It
into.
is snowy Rocky Mountains, so it's certainly probable.
Possible.
I mean, bears need places to den up.
Yeah, sure.
We need a blanket, so kill a bear and give us a blanket.
We just came out of a cave.
we got two choices. We either fall down this cliff face and die, or we can find shelter. Maybe not die.
Have we observed for any like narrow paths along the cliff face or anything?
He looked around. He didn't see anything.
Okay. And we can't.
Somebody want to go the other way? Look the other way?
Yeah, you didn't see any obvious paths or passages. You could probably find a deer trail if you really spent some time, but doing your quick observation to figure out where you were, you didn't see like too much.
Try and spend some more time.
Okay. Are the rest of you guys just gonna set up camp?
I mean, we have to scout the area, so let's stay within earshot, but we need to see what's here.
Okay.
Okay. So everybody's just kind of moving around trying to find things.
Yeah. Y'all work on healing Xenia, and then Thornicius and I'll just kind of like.
Yeah, it is
You have to come up with what?
wounds and
Combat.
Oh.
Rest.
Yeah. So y'all rest with Xenia, or Xenia needs the rest, right? So y'all work with her. Thornicius and I will look around. We'll stay within earshot, but we need to scout the area.
Roll me again.
Well, I'm just going to throw up. You guys find a decent spot for a campsite not too far away here on this mountainside. And then with that, we're going to be calling it a little bit early tonight because that was the end of the Cursed Cave, was the escape there and the awakening on the side of this mountain. The Cursed Cave, we had our sizzling finale of the Cursed Cave. So, Nat, if you can get us a raid going on already, I think we can do a raid still. I hope we can. But otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, as always, it's been a pleasure to have you. Thank you for being so interactive with us. That makes it so much fun for us. And
Yes.
It's fun for you guys, too. Coming up, though, we have tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, Call of the Netherdeep, episode 12. Wow, we're already at episode 12. Much a bard about nothing. I am a bard and I do a lot of nothing. While the banditos continue their search for the elusive pint of cream, because we needed to find the crematorium, they find their way to the local brew and stew. Will they meet the infamous Steamy Ray Vaughn? Find out this Wednesday. Thursday at 8:30 p.m., Bad Horse's Evil League of Evil. It's so evil, they won't even tell us what it's about this time. Tune in and find out. Bad Horse. He trots along the way committing crimes. The 7th at 9 p.m., Tomb of Annihilation, titled Frenemies. The party's making friends everywhere they go. Kenneth's been cursed by an unkillable wisecracking skull. Scrod's worked out some kinks with Withers the White, and Uba has his own pet hand imbued with the spirit of a psychopathic murderer. Who will the party try to befriend, seduce, kill, murder next? Join us on Sunday at 9 p.m. to find out. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back here next Tuesday. We hope to see you again. Had a great time. We got a raid coming on. Be cool. Hang out, be interactive, give us a good name. We love you. Good night.